We could have let Carmen do
I
it.
think it was easier when we told the
Yeah.
high school kids to plug it in.
You could have really earned your $20 today.
All right, well, we're back at a closed, as promised, 15 minutes, so here we are 35 minutes later, so I apologize. But we're gonna move on to, quick reports. As far as the mayor's report, I just wanted to thank everyone that worked with K-Fest. K-Fest was a huge success this year. It was amazing to see everybody in town come together, and then especially the amazing fireworks. So thank you to everybody that worked on K-Fest. We look forward next year. We already have the date. I think it's September 30th. So we'll look forward to our next K-Fest. Want to thank Councilman Baby for our Veterans Day coming up November 11th. I'm sure he's going to report about that. I know that's a baby, and each year it gets bigger and better. That December 8th, we have our holiday extravaganza coming to Kinnelon. We usually have Santa showed up, but he called me personally and asked me if I could kick it up a notch for him. So we're going to try to turn it into a just more of a festival, and Santa said he will be here as well. I did reach out to Rabbi Spalter, normally he said you're back in the States, so I look forward to that as well. November, we have our League of Municipalities Convention down in Atlantic City. I recommend that all council members and employees please attend down there. There's great classes, and any projects you're working on, it's a great opportunity for you to go down to Atlantic City and gather some information.
What date is it?
It is November
13th, 16th.
Yep.
It was 15, 16, 17. Wednesday, Thursday.
I have.
Thursday.
We usually arrive on the 14th, day the 15th, home 16th morning, because we have a council meeting on the 16th. So 14th, 15th. All right. Also, Brian was working on a letter for Route 23 because they're going to be redoing the bridge. That's right, Pastor. I'm not sure what they call the bridge, but High Crest Bridge, which is a little bit of Kinnelon, a little bit of West Milford, a little bit of Butler. I think it's a little bit of everything. But our biggest concern is that they're going to, originally they were talking about closing the U-turn that goes to Scotia. I don't think that's happening again, but Brian's going to be working on a letter that we're going to send Trenton to tell them that we need that turn for their patrol cars, especially for our police officers that need to get a quick U-turn into the North Gate and Smoke Rise. Couple of things I learned today. It's going to be a 2.5-year bridge project, which means that bridge is going to be being repaired for 2.5 years.
Means 5.
Yeah, which probably means 5.
At least.
I'm not done yet. There's more to it. So 2.5 years for the bridge, which is when in the morning on the southbound side, there's going to be 2 lanes and 1 lane on the northbound side. And then at night, it's going to switch. So I think that's one of the reasons that the contractor says it's going to be a long event, because it's a lot of work they have in place. So we're going to try to help prevent the traffic by doing 2 lanes, 1 lanes, and at night, switch them over to 2 lanes and 1 lane. So hopefully that works. Hopefully not much of a tie up with traffic. But then the entire project, thank you, Mr. Yaga, will be 4.5 years. So they will not be done for 4.5 years.
At $90 million.
Yes. The good news, if there is any, is Retaco Construction, who most of them live in Kinnelon, got the lowest bid. So they'll be doing the work. It's a job. So look forward to seeing them for the next 4.5 years. So we're looking for that. And again, if I know you need more information, but as soon as we have that letter, send it off to Trenton. As far as October on our consent agenda, we have Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Very serious about that in Kinnelon. You can see our police officers are wearing pink as well. So it all, it's a pretty serious, obviously a very serious thing in our world, and it needs the awareness for it. Make sure you get tested at a young age. Last thing on there is our Senate bill, which is Senate Bill 3739, and it's the bill where we're asking, not just us, but all of New Jersey governing bodies are asking for delaying in the fourth round of the affordable housing obligation numbers. So we have that on our consent agenda tonight to approve. So hopefully you guys will approve it, and we can send that to Trent as well. Hopefully we'll delay going numbers. All right, so we're going to move on to the council committee reports. We'll start with open space. Councilman Yago.
Thanks, Mayor. There was no meeting this past month. There wasn't a quorum, so I actually have nothing.
Okay, and I know I mentioned it at our workshop. Congratulations to your daughter that got married. Sure it was a great event. All right, so we'll move on to personnel. Councilman Harris.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I'd like to thank Karen Yulee for serving as our interim BA, business administrator, since June of this year. She's done a terrific job. We're very grateful for her for willingness to step up and take on that role. We're going to be dealing with 4 resolutions of personnel tonight. First is to hire Bob Bedeke as our part-time CMFO. His company was initially hired as to take the position, and now we're actually transitioning so that he personally is being to do the job. Next, unfortunately, we had actually hired a BA, this administrator, a gentleman named Mike Bristell. We were all looking forward to him coming. Because of personal reasons, he has had to step down from the position, and we all understand that family comes first. So we hope that everything works out for him. But because he has not able to take that position, we're also doing a resolution tonight to hire Tom Carroll as our interim BA. Tom is presently our QPA, which is the qualified purchasing agent for the borough. And since he, for the last 40 years, he's been in local government, and part of those 40 years, he's been the borough administrator for Wanacue. And since he has had such tremendous experience and is actually right here in-house, we decided to go ahead and hire him as an interim BA, give Karen a little bit of a break because she's got, I think there's 7 or 8 hats that you wear here at the borough. So and we're taking one of those hats away. And lastly, it's a matter of bookkeeping, essentially. We have to do an ordinance to basically retire Karen from the BA position, interim BA position. But again, thank her tremendously for everything that she's done for her. And that she always does for her. One other resolution we're going to address is a resolution to increase pay for our public defender. His name is David Lamadillo, and he's been getting the same minuscule fee for, I don't know how long it's been, but he finally realized that we've actually allowed his fee to be much less than every other public defender in the neighborhood. So we're actually going to try to rectify that situation and give him a little bit of pay adjustment. And now that we have a VA in position, that Tom Carroll is in position, the PBA negotiations will resume. They had been suspended until Mike showed up, but now that we have Tom, and many contract negotiations, he will be assisting with that process. We're going to be starting again in November, early November, but the exact date hasn't been set yet. We're waiting for information from both the PBA reps and council. So that's it. Well, thank you.
Okay, we're going to move on to Recreation and Public Works. Council President Mayhew.
Thank you, Mayor. Recreation, sign-ups are now in place. So anyone looking to sign up, large inventory of winter sports for children are now open. Fall sports are continuing along. Mother Nature, it doesn't stop raining. Luckily, the last few weeks it's just been on the weekend, so recreation continues to chug along. As the mayor noted, Camp Fest was a huge success, and again, thank you to everybody, DPW, police, borough employees, and the volunteers, just all the volunteers that really never get noted. Thank you to everybody. It was a great event. Veterans Day will be November 11th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's shaping up to, this year is going to be a barn burner. We've got great people coming to speak, bagpipes, just the kids' rides. Everything is just coming together. It's going to be a terrific special event. We're also in the works of isolating other places in the borough for additional veterans banners. We will be announcing soon. We'll probably have the information out on Veterans Day for how many we're able to take on and the information to sign up on the website. That's it for Recreation. Public Works, we've got on here a new hire, Dylan Rodriguez. We were lucky enough to hire 4 people. One of them dropped off, so out of the 4 we hired, we got 3. The guys are continuing to work and prepare for winter. Winter is approaching. You never know when Mother Nature will show up. Been a lot of communication and a lot of feedback with the water main replacements over in the East Lake area. Been speaking to Joe Niosi and John Whitehead, continuously speaking to the contractor to let them know that we are receiving complaints about large potholes and things of that nature. Halloween is approaching, so we did have a meeting with the contractor. He was put on notice that what our expectations were, and he did agree that prior to Halloween, because Basin Lakes, the East Lake section is a highly trafficked area for really the whole borough. It's a very popular area for families to go and trick or treat. So contractor has made aware that he has to have all trenches paved, all cleanup, no equipment laying around, no stumbling blocks for anyone to trip and get hurt for Halloween. That's fast approaching. Drainage issues, we're been in contact with our new borough administrator and made him aware of problematic areas. We're going to continue to work on them, put a budget together. We're going to try to finalize Falcon Run, which has been a source of complaints for probably 20 years now, and try to get that accomplished this year. And we'll continue to put a budget together for next year to try to isolate some of the other problematic areas. Bucket truck, that's in the works. We're just trying to work with the CFO to try to isolate funds so we can finalize that. That's pretty much it for me.
Okay, thank you. Councilman in training, Carmen, are you predicting we're going to get a lot of snow this winter or not a lot of snow?
Yes, a lot of snow.
Oh, boy, Councilman maybe does not like to hear that. All right, order the salt, Sean. All right, well, thank you very much. Thanks for that, Carmen, I appreciate it. All right, ordinance, library and coordinating, Councilman Russo.
Thank you, Mayor. I had a short report tonight. Tonight we're going to vote to adopt an ordinance to increase the number of police officers from 16 to 17. The additional officer will give the chief of police a little flexibility in scheduling, and filling in for officers who may be on vacation, etc. The second ordinance we're going to be introducing tonight is a revision to the schedule of salary ranges for borough employees. Every year we update that to reflect the current wage situation. The historical committee, I see my friend Jim Rosales in the audience tonight here, you had the exterior of the museum painted. I think Jim might be speaking to us about that tonight. The Board of Health is working on an ordinance to regulate the retail sale of vaping products in the borough. Currently, those products are unregulated, and Board of Health feels it's a very serious health concern, and they want to make sure that those products don't get into the hands of minors and folks who should not be using this. And finally, the Friends of the Kinnelon Library is having their semi-annual shredding fundraiser event. It's coming Saturday, October 21st, from 9 a.m. to noon, right back behind our hall. The donation is $10 per box, so bring all of your shredding over to the Borough Hall on Saturday, and it will be ground up right there before your very eyes. That's it for me, Mayor. Thank you.
What was that date, Vince, for the trend for?
The 21st, this coming Saturday. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll move on to utilities and technology. Councilman Charles.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
And again, thank you for bringing up to date everybody who's going to Route 23 North, because we did receive the letter, PD received it. So we're very excited. This has been a very ongoing saga with the state to get that road straightened out through the S-turns, as well as replace that bridge that was put up during the Depression. That bridge has held up for 100 years. And at $90 million, let's hope it lasts another 100 years to do this project. On utilities, just briefly, it's moving forward with the water tank over on Denise Drive. There were some unexpected setbacks, mainly the birds and some lacking estimates, but that's being addressed, and looks like we're back into looking towards the end of the year to have this project completed with a springtime coating of the exterior of the water tank, and it's temperature related. Finally, on the water tank, the payment has been released to Hutton Fisher as scheduled, so we're very happy with that. So the work's not being held up. Lastly, in utilities, it was just received 3 pallets of water meters. They're in the DPW building. Now it's timing of when we can get DPW trained. We need to train these several individuals about put these water meters in, and the apartments will be first. It's the easiest. And it's not because, it's just because we can get 300 meters done there rather quickly. And as we begin to notify homeowners throughout the borough that we need to schedule appointments to come in and put the new meters in.
Do they need to know what's going in their house? Is their water shut off?
It's going to be involved. Water shut off by the location. Remember, these water meters will have transmitters on them, so the borough hall will be able to receive all the data up on the second floor to do the billing. And what's neat about this, it monitors usage. So there will be a record of it seems to be unusual usage ongoing, because we've had situations where we didn't have that capability. So all 650 meters are on 3 pallets over at the DPW building. So we're in a scheduling mode to see when we can train people and we can now start doing it. We lost 2 of our highly trained people who retired this month. Getting into technology, we've been working with Tom Carroll, the committee. Twofold is we had a very excellent meeting with Monmouth Communications this week, went very, very well. And we do have quite a few phone lines in these 2 buildings, library, that are hooked up, we're paying for, and nobody knows what the phone lines are. So that will be fixed. That will be ending very quickly. The goal will be to move away from cooperative and affiliated and focus with Monmouth and with Optimum. And that's the first phase. Second phase, working with the new purchasing agent and our new borough administrator we'll be again meeting with the 3 different providers for new digital wiring. We do need to put new wiring in this building. It's 30 some odd years old. We have to get it to a Cat 5. We need to get it done with the technology change that phase. And the good news is, thank you, Karen. Karen is helping move the Edmonds, to change the Edmonds to the cloud. So Karen's been scheduling training sessions with the municipal staff on that. So that's a big coup. We have that done. You know, it's just a matter of the training. We'll be meeting with Optimum this Friday, tomorrow, for where we are right now in the borough and what we need to do with them, the potential what we can do with them, folks with current services and with the telephone and the voice over the internet, provide that type of wiring. So we are moving forward. They're bringing an engineer here, so this should be an interesting move. So again, that's my report.
Thank you, Council. All right, we're moving on to finance and public safety, Councilman Churro.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to thank the finance department at Boro. They're doing an amazing job on just some challenges with some various projects, but they were all doing a great job. 100% confidence in faith. We're working on with Bob Bennett here, seeing forward on the 2024 projections for the new budget, capital projects. Can't say enough. Talk about it, but it continues to grow, and that's the savings from the efforts of Councilman Sean David, saving $79,000 by an effort that Sean led regarding change for ticket fees. So that number continues to grow every month as we see some more savings. PD had 1,057 calls. Like Councilman Russo said, tonight we will be changing the table of organization of our police department. This is in preparation to plan for our future. We'll get a number of officers that are within that retirement age, and the best way to do that is to start planning, bringing another officer in, train them so that when the time comes, the borough has enough officers throughout the community trained to take. Our fire department, Taker 2, still out of service. It's being worked on with tank issues. I want to thank the fire department for coming out and helping out with the parachuting at the high school. Cave Fest with fireworks. They helped remove an injured hiker last month behind Reality Drive. And lastly, I just want to congratulate Joseph Kaplan. Fire department. So welcome to the Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Okay, now we're moving on to hearing from the public. Is there anybody from the public like to be heard? Come on up front and sit at the table, talk into the microphone. Tell us what's going on. Hello, Jim.
First, I'd like to thank the resolution to grant us the funds to pay museum. I just had one question. I know that there was an exorbitant amount of money for sand, which we usually agreed to drop, but there were two other small additional costs, which I don't think I've overlooked or the reason that dropped those, but they were specifically the project cost for painting floor of the porch, but there was an additional item for painting porch ceiling posts. So I don't see, if we're going to do the floor, which is a big porch.
Yeah, Councilman Churro was going to do that himself. To get him a paper. I don't know, but I mean,
Yeah, like, Jim, I don't, I know we went off with that. Everything was staying the same, we were just taking the sanding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess the way it was written up, the original, which approved, it was the sanding. Go for, and then there was two additional items. The second one, besides the porch windows, the original plan called for just window frames. It's that doing the window frames, we should do the mullions, we should do the sense, should do all the windows. So the two things, $840 for the porch and $1,400 for the windows.
Let me double check, because I was under the impression that was all, maybe I overlooked it when we talked about it, but I could have sworn that once the sanding came out, everything else was still going to get done and it was still under the number. So
so the number increased by 2270.
I'll, I'll follow up. again.
And I believe what you did approve already, I believe appeals cut and it's been sent to the contract. But I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
beginning work and they're going to do that.
Yeah, we're not gonna not pay it, so.
Yeah, no, it's just. We can be, it was just the same, so maybe just, loss of translation. But thank you, great. I think we're not a lot. Still.
I'll send an email.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. No, I, when you said the numbers, I can picture it on the proposal. So I'll get on that first.
Thank everybody for work.
Well, thank you for your work.
I did.
All right, thank you. Anyone else from the public want to be heard? Any word on a water meeting? Anything? You learned anything in the last couple? How many meetings have you attended?
This, actually,
Two?
yeah. It's,
Good. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Just water though. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody? I know Beth, you were worried about the budget. That Anthony, they asked me about when the budget will be adopted for next year. I said usually it hits like March, somewhere around there.
Yeah, March, April, probably like April. The goal would be to probably introduce him in March. Bob is phenomenal. He's already working on a draft, so everything should be accelerated pretty fast.
And we did, we've all talked to our administrator, a couple of the issues that we brought up to him with yours up in, with the flooding on Honeysuckle and then also the East Lake. So those are two things he's gonna be looking at. I think they have a meeting next week with John Whitehead and the engineer to come up with a game plan.
Yeah, I've been communicating with all four of them and really basically quite a bit of roasts on Honeysuckle. Area. So that's close. We just have to finalize that. East Lake is much more complicated. Requirements.
We need to get the right
work done.
But it's, we did have that conversation. John was supposed to meet with Tom, who's our borough administrator, this week, but then they couldn't make it work, so we're gonna meet beginning of next week. If you see a guy with white hair walking around your neighborhood, that's Tom. All right? All right, so no one from the public, everyone's okay, so we'll move away from that. We're gonna go to payment of bills. Gentlemen, you all have the opportunity to look at it. I need a motion to approve paying the bills.
make a motion.
I need a second.
Second.
Okay, I need a roll call, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Okay, now move on to the consent agenda, which is a proclamation in that A through G. So I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Make a motion.
I need a second.
Second.
I need a roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Okay, thank you, gentlemen. We'll move on to old business, which is ordinance 1423. It's an ordinance amending chapter 56 of the code of the Borough of Kinnelon titled Police Department, and specifically section 56-1 of said chapter titled Establishment Members. This ordinance was introduced last at our meeting held on September 21st, 2023. The proper notice was published as required by law. A copy was posted at the municipal bulletin board, and additional copies were made available to the public. This meeting is now open to anyone from the public who would like to speak on ordinance 1423. I will now close the meeting to the public and bring it back to the dais. Does anyone on the council wish to speak of this ordinance at this time?
I'd just like to say that I think it's a really forward-thinking move to have this ordinance done so that we can be covered in the event, which will probably happen sometime in the not too distant future, and that we have somebody trained in advance.
I think we have an amazing police force, amazing chief, and this can only make it better. So I need a motion to adopt ordinance 1423.
Second.
Okay, I need a roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Thank you, gentlemen. Chief, thank you. Okay, now we're gonna move on to new business, which is 15-23, establishing salary ranges of the Borough of Kinnelon. Okay, it's an ordinance establishing salary ranges for the Borough of Kinnelon. Need a motion to introduce.
So
Make a
moved.
motion. Second.
Okay, roll call.
Yes.
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 Okay, whereas the above ordinance was introduced at this meeting held on October 19th and read by title, it passed on first reading. Now therefore be resolved that at the regular meeting to be held on November 16th at 7 p.m. prevailing time at the Kinnelon Municipal Building, this council will further consider for a second reading and final passage of the said ordinance. Be further resolved that the Borough Clerk of the Borough is hereby directed to publish the proper notice thereof. Okay, so we'll move on to the tax collector's report and the investment officer's report.
That's 27 cents earned in interest for the month of September 2023.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve the district school payment of $3,321,495.67 to keep Mr. Carmen over there educated. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Yes.
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 Okay, now we have appointments. Our appointments, we had Megan Boyle, Esquire. We approved her at our workshop. She is now going to be a member of our Library Board of Trustees. But for Mr. Picciardo, we have a Joseph Kappa, who's going to be a Kinnelon Fire Department. So we thank him, and I need a motion to approve him.
Make a motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against Joseph Kappa being a fireman? All right, so guess what, Joseph, you're now a fireman. Thank you. All right, executive session we do not have to go into. So Carmen, I need you to come up here for a minute. Best part about being the mayor is this. I need you to take it. You're gonna say, I need a motion to adjourn. Not yet, don't hit it yet. You're allowed.
Allowed, Carl. Aye. Motion.
Second. Whoa.
Yes.
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 No, I'm gonna stay here.
Yes.
Carmen, yes or no? Yes, so with some Kinnelon pride.
Go cold, get out.
Yeah. Go.